Which brings me to my number one point about the entire cover letter resume interview process. A big mistake some people make, and there's only one exception. A big mistake some people make when they're interviewing and preparing materials is that they think first and foremost about what's in it for me. You do not want to say in your objective on your resume, a position where I can build my skills so that later down the road I can move to another company and be a Fortune 500 CEO. Well, obviously, no, that's too selfish. In other words, you don't want to say, oh, I just want to use you guys to learn a few things, then I'll move on and just dump you guys with the trash. No, not good. Obviously, you want your objective to say something like, a position where I can use my skills A, B, and C in order to, and then it would be something good for the company, in order to increase efficiency, or in order to increase safety, or in order to increase sales for this company. Think about it. Think of your audience. If I'm the person interviewing you on the other side of the table, I'm not thinking, oh great, what can I do for this person? Can I give them long lunch hours? Can I give them good vacations? Can I give them good benefits? Can I train them and give them skills they don't yet have? I mean, yeah, it's in the back of their mind. Those are things that they realize you will want. But foremost in the interviewer's mind is, what skills are they going to bring? Why would I want to hire this person? Why do I want to work with this person? Are they somebody I'm going to like? Are they somebody I'm going to get along with well, be able to cooperate with in the workplace? Do they have good personal skills? Do they have good communication skills? Do they have knowledge? Do they have a good attitude? Are they charming? Do they have a professional appearance? Does it look like they're well organized? And what can they bring to me and my company? So keep that in mind. So think about what the interviewer wants. What do they want, and how do you prove that you have the skills and all of the qualifications that they want? The one exception to that is the internship. An internship, the purpose of an internship is to help you develop and grow as a professional. And what do they get? Well, they get the labor or the work, and they also get to train you, which maybe helps them to become better trainers and teachers. So an internship is a little bit different. That's the one place where you can say in your objective on your resume, or even in your cover letter, I really hope to learn about A, B, and C. Especially if it's something that they've mentioned in the ad, you get to learn about A, B, and C. Let me see if I have any more advice for you about the interview process. You do want to take notes. Take active notes. It shows that you are a good listener. During the interview process, write things down. I don't know about some of you guys, but if I get nervous and I'm in the moment, if I'm on stage in the interview, I tend to forget about all these things that I had wanted to mention. For example, the Ed White story. That's why I have everything written down in advance. Some of the things that I want to make sure I interject at some point. And as the interview goes on, make more notes. One thing you can do is, if you have a tendency to freeze up, if they ask you a question and you get that deer in the headlights look and you think, oh my gosh, I don't have an answer off the top of my head, ask your interviewers, that's a really good question. Could I please make a note of that and get back to you? And do that, make a note, and then while the rest of the interview is going on, the back of your mind can process that, and hopefully you'll come up with a good answer before the interview is over. A couple more things you have to do during the interview. Good posture is important. I was told that a confident posture is this: sitting up straight. Now it depends on the kind of chair you're given. Be careful, don't be swiveling around like I like to do in this chair, or rock forward, or twirl your hair, or chew your gum. You shouldn't have gum at all. Good posture is sitting up straight. And if you have a table here, which is often the case at an interview, you want your fingers interlaced in front of you like this. This is a position of confidence and poise. You do not want to, on one extreme or the other, you do not want to slouch. That shows that you're bored and not interested. On the other hand, how many of you guys play or watch poker players regularly? What does it mean if you're like this? Well, I look like a lion ready to pounce across the table on my interviewers, right? If you're a poker player, you are told, never to sit up like this, because then you're anxious, you're nervous, and your opponents probably know that you're sitting on a really good hand and you're just impatient, waiting for them to throw in their money so you can take it away. So no, a poker player would be more relaxed like this. You want to sit up straight, but you do want to sit back and not be too agitated. So during the interview, you're going to have good posture, you're going to smile, you're going to make eye contact, you're going to say the interviewers' names aloud several times, you're going to thank them for their questions, and at the end, be sure that when they say, "Do you have any questions for us?" "Ah, yes, thank you, I sure do." You will have at least 2 questions on your notepad prepared to ask your interviewers. Now, what should you not ask? You are not allowed to ask anything personal, such as, "Oh, do you have a family?" or "Do you have children?" or, anything personal like that. You can't ask it of them and they can't ask it of you. Religious belief, sexual orientation, blah, 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 blah. Those are all off limits. You probably, depends on the position, you probably should not ask questions about money or salary or benefits or HR type questions. Now again, it depends on the position. Sometimes they will encourage you to go ahead and discuss that, but follow their lead. Here are some good questions to ask at the end of the interview. Number 1, what is the next step after the interview process today? When will I hear from you? This shows that you're interested and that you're active in pursuing this position. Another really good question to ask is one that shows you did your homework. "I noticed on your website that your mission statement says blah." Or, "Oh, Dr. So-and-so, I noticed you just published a book in blah. Can you tell me how you managed to balance your work and this project?" Any kind of question that follows up on homework you've done. It shows that you are interested in the organization or the person, and it's always a good question. Another good question to ask is, what are my possibilities for advancement? That also shows that you have an interest long-term with the organization, and so that shows them that you're not just here for a paycheck for the next month or 2. A last note about portfolios. In my field here, I've got student evaluations, I've got papers that students have written, I've got my teaching philosophy and all that in here. Whatever your field is, you might have supporting materials, and if you bring it in a portfolio like this, or have a website link, e-portfolio somewhere that they can view, then that is always a good thing too. I hope that this mini lecture has been helpful to you. Again, I've told you about my experiences, and I hope you can learn from some of my mistakes, and I hope that you do well with this cover letter, resume, and interview process. And I will tell you more about it on email. Thank you so much.